Hey, Holly, Mark. So I'm going to go over a little bit of a sequence here that's going to help out the low back, the hips, the spine, and the brain. So all we need here is a mat, a block of some kind that you can elevate knees, and a little bit of padding that we're going to use at the wall. So we are going to use a wall for a couple things here, okay? So starting off in Sphinx Pose, we do Sphinx Pose right off the bat so we can open up the front of the hips. When the front of the hips are on the tighter side, the low back works improperly. So we want to take care of that right off the bat. So you're going to go belly down with your elbows underneath your shoulders and your forearms parallel. See me okay here? Yep. Okay, and then we're just going to start to rock our butt side to side. And then start to think about your breath, taking an inhale for a count of 4 and an exhale for a count of 4. So you're getting these long, deep breaths, bringing more oxygen into the body. Okay, the next time you roll over to the right hip, press it into the mat, and then try and pull the ribs away from the hip. So you feel that hip flexor lengthen, and now just like my butt is doing here, rocking side to side a little bit, so you're kind of like milking open that hip flexor, quadricep, psoas, all that area there. And okay, now we're gonna roll over to the other side, same thing, press the left hip down, pull the ribs away from the left hip so you feel that hip flexor stretch, and then rock your bum side to side a few times, just kind of milking open that line. Beautiful, and now roll on, send both hips into the floor, and then press the forearms down and lift your chin. Now make sure that you're not shrugging your shoulders. We want the shoulder blades down the back, and the heart lifted. Just take a few breaths here. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Inhale 4. Exhale 4. Okay, press your forearms down. Make your way back into a child's pose. So the child's pose, you can go toes together, knees apart, or together. But here we just want to reach forward and drop your forehead down. And then eventually you're going to let your hips drop down to your heels. If you have any arthritis in the knees, this might feel a little uncomfortable. My left knee is pretty arthritic right now. Now try and reach the tailbone back. Now reach your arms out a little farther. Feel just below your belly button, draw it in and lift it up. Now try and send your bum back a little farther. A few more breaths. Okay, walk your hands in. Up onto your shins with your toes tucked. Okay, rise up and take your hands on your hips. And go inhale. Squeeze bum, squeeze low belly. Exhale, send your hips forward a little bit. Inhale, back to where you started. Exhale, as you go forward, squeeze your bum, squeeze your low belly, lift your heart, pull your shoulders down. Come back to where you started. One more time like that. As you exhale, go forward. Squeeze your bum, squeeze your belly, lift your heart, shoulder blades down. Now look back. Awesome. Come back forward, look forward. Okay, have a little pause here. Just have a seat here, let that settle. So remember, once these hip flexors have opened up, then your low back is a lot happier and can work a lot better. When this is tight, we'll know how tight it is going into this next pose, but if this is tight, you're probably having a lot more low back issues than you actually need to deal with, because you can address this pretty quickly. Okay, the next one is called King Arthur. This is my go-to. I want you to pay attention to where your knee is comfortable to having your opposite leg at 90 degrees. It looks like this. Right foot up the wall, right knee kind of close to the wall. Test it a little ways away first, and then come up. So now we're trying to get the thigh as vertical as we can, with our spine as vertical as we can, and our left leg at 90 degrees. Okay, now once you get set up, take both hands on your left leg, reach your tailbone down, keep that, draw the low belly in, lift it up, really feel this light up. Again, lift the heart, take the shoulder blades down the back, and then maybe the head can go back a little. If this is a lot, bring the knee forward some more. If this is nothing, take the knee all the way back to the wall. You can also have your back flat on the wall with your knee right on the wall eventually. This is a lot. This is a big pose. Okay, now reach your arms up on the inhale. Let the shoulders relax and soften on the exhale. Lift the heart on the inhale. Keep it there, press the right knee down on the exhale. Reach your hands back on the inhale. Keeping bum and belly engaged, send your right hip forward on the exhale. Nice, come back up. And switch sides. So if both sides are super different, you're normal. Okay, take your left foot up the wall. Right foot to 90 degrees. What do you think, Jane? Okay, again, think about the setup. We're trying to get as vertical as we can, with the left leg as vertical as we can. Right leg now at 90 degrees. Tailbone down. Low belly in and up. Heart lifts. Shoulder blades down your back. And then maybe you take your head back a little farther. Again, if this is too much on the front of the hips, the left knee goes forward more, and the right foot will go forward just as much. Think about those 4 count inhales, 4 count exhales. Okay, let's add the arms now. Reach up, inhale. Press the left knee down, exhale. Give the heart a lift, inhale. Shoulders soften on the exhale. Reach back on the inhale. Send the left hip forward, keep the bum and belly engaged. Nice, slowly make your way up and off this. Okay, that's the toughest thing in this whole thing. All right, have a little pause here. Okay, the next pose is going to be at the wall. It's a figure 4 pose. So this works on the outer butt. So we're going to go with our back on the mat and our right leg at the wall and our left foot at 90 degrees on the right leg. You can take your bum back or forward as much as you need to. Once you get set up here, I want you to try and pull the back of your hips into the floor. So you're trying to put a little bit of an arch in your low back. So you're anteriorly tilting your pelvis. That's forward tilting. And now try and open up the left knee. Not push it forward, push it to the left, or take it out to the left. And now squeeze the bum and imagine taking the back of the hips deeper into the floor. Okay, now just breathe here. Inhale. Now we're going to exhale out the mouth for 8. Inhale 4. Exhale 8. Inhale. Exhale. Two more. And 1. Okay, slowly release the left leg and switch sides. I'm going to go a little bit closer to the wall on this side. Keeping the left shin parallel to the floor. Take the right foot across the left leg in your figure 4 position. Then, try and take the right knee wide out to the right. Try and pull the back of the hips into the floor. Try and get a little bit of an arch in your low back so the back of the hips get a nice anterior tilt, forward tilt. You can even spread the toes and press the pinky toe edge into the left leg a little bit more. You can feel that activate the right butt, the glute. Inhale for 4. Slow exhale out the mouth, 8. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more on your own time. And then release your legs up the wall and give them a shake. Okay, now we're going to go into a 2-knee twist, so just back away from the wall a little bit. And you might need your block here. So you're going to take your feet on the floor, and I'll twist towards the camera first so you can see a little bit better. Take the hips a little bit to the right. Bend the knees to 90 degrees. Try and keep the knees and the toes together as you twist over to the left, okay? And then reach over to the right with the right shoulder and try and get that right shoulder on the ground. So, if that means that you have to lift the knees up and put a block underneath them, please do so. Because we want that right shoulder down so you get this nice twist through the chest. And you can add your left hand on the outside of the right knee and think about the right knee going more left. Think about the right hand reaching more right. And then feel free to look to the right hand if it feels okay on your neck. And now, whatever breath you felt you got a little bit more benefit from, please do that. The long, slow exhale we use in my flexibility yin class, and it tricks the nervous system to relax. So we tend to go to that one more. When you're in a power yoga class, you want to retain the breath, so we keep the mouth closed the whole time. Now you want to relax, so you just want to let go as much as you can. Let's do one more breath. Look to the center or to the left. Bring the knees into the middle. Now you're going to take your hips a little bit left of center. Get those knees back to 90 degrees. Try and keep the knees and the toes and the feet together. Take your knees over to the right now. Keep that left shoulder on the floor if you can, and then prop up the knees if you need it. To keep the knees and feet together with the left shoulder down. Now once you're set, right hand can go on the outside of the left leg, and then try and take the left knee more to the right. And now try and reach the left hand more left, and then look to the left hand. If it's too much on the neck, just keep your gaze north or just close your eyes. And get into those breaths. This 4 to 8 breath, I use it all the time now. Sitting in traffic, waiting in ski lines, waiting in shop lines. Works. Eventually on both of these sides, if you do them long enough, I recommend staying in these poses a lot longer eventually, because the longer you stay in them, the more effect they have on you. As long as everything is lined up well, all you want to do is breathe deep and relax and let the pose do all the work. That's why this yin practice is so beneficial to our power practice, because it does all the fine-tuned stretching while you do all the aggressive stretching in your class. This is how I healed from almost all my injuries and surgeries, was this stuff. You just kind of hang out at your edge, and then your edge starts to move. Okay, slowly come back to center. Beautiful. Now we're going to take a seated cross-legged position. If you need to sit on a prop, please do so. And then we're going to cross, let's cross the left leg first and the right leg second. And then when you're getting set up, it's nice to put a little bit of pressure on the balls of the feet and then press the feet into the hands so you feel that opening go into the hips. And then reach back one butt cheek at a time and give it a little pull back so you're getting on your sitting bones. Okay, now we're going to walk our hands out in front. But I don't want you to just round your back. I want you to press your sitting bones down and take them back. So you're trying to get that anterior tilt in your pelvis. It's very, very important with keeping everything aligned and happy and changing for the better. Again, press the sitting bones down and pull them back. Now this cue helped me out a lot, was hug the outer hips in and pull them back. Hug the outer hips in and pull them back. All right, now walk your hands forward and then just let your head drop. Give a little tuck of the chin and then reach the crown of the head out through the end of your spine. And then start to walk your hands over to the right as much as 45 degrees. Okay, now we're gonna get into the QLs, the low back left side. Reach out a little farther with your left hand, and then keep the low belly engaged and keep the bum engaged. And then just work on the breath. Two more on this side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Okay, walk your hands out back to the center where you started, and then back in. And then we're going to do the same thing with the opposite leg cross. Again, go through the setup, press into the balls of the feet, press the feet into the hands. You feel that make the hips do the work. And then grab the butt cheeks, pull them back. Press the sitting bones down and back, give the heart a lift, draw low belly in, lift it up. Hug the outer hips in and pull them back. And then start to walk your hands out in front. A little tuck of the chin, reach out through the crown of the head like it's lengthening out through your spine. Keep the low belly drawn in and lifted to keep your low back longer. Generally, when one side of your body is damaged, you address the other side. If something feels tweaky or painful, tighten the other side. Walk your hands over to the left slowly. As you do that, I want you to think about really reaching out with your right hand, but pulling your right hip back. So you're getting these QLs. That muscle goes from the mid-spine down to the corner of the waistline. So it fans down from mid-back down to your waistline. Usually when you're really active, these can get super tight and pissed off. And they can pull your SI joint out of place, which can mess up your low back as well. Had that too. Okay, walk your hands back into the center. And then come back up. Nice, extend your legs forward and give your legs a shake. Okay, two more things. So we're gonna go up on our hands and knees into cat and cows. These always felt super goofy and like, what's the point of these? Until I did a whole bunch of them. So the first few always feel kind of gross or weird, and then they start to get a little bit easier as the spine opens up. Okay, so the first inhale, just look forward and try and put a little arch in the back. On the exhale, I want you to tuck your chin and tuck your tailbone, then really press your hands down and pull your ribs in. Now look to your belly button. Okay, inhale, this next inhale, look a little higher, arch a little more. On your exhale, you're tucking your chin slowly, pressing the hands down, rounding the back, looking to the belly button. Really think about all the parts of the spine moving slowly. Look up. Now at the top here, start to squeeze the shoulders together a little bit. All right, and then come down. Now on this one, we want to round and widen the shoulder blades. Beautiful, one more. Exhale. Okay, now we're going to take the child's pose and twist it. So you're going to get the QLs one more time. So toes together, knees wide. And now we're gonna go right to the twist. You're gonna walk your hands over to the right on a 45. So imagine that you're lining up with your right knee, and then your forehead comes down in front of your right knee. And then reach a little bit more out and to the right with your left hand. So you really feel those QLs. And now pull the left hip back. Couple more good breaths. And then switch sides. Really reach out. See if you can drop the forehead down in front of the left knee. Reach the right hand out to the out, and then a little more left. And then pull the right hip back. Get that big stretch through your right side of your back, your lats, your QLs. Okay, slowly make your way back. We're gonna finish with bum against the wall, legs up the wall. If you'd like to put a little bit of padding underneath your low back, feels kind of nice. So it looks like this. And then imagine just those feet being parallel and relaxed. And then it always feels nice if you imagine that someone put a really heavy weight on your feet and you were getting all tense to take the weight. And then let the weight pull the back of the hips down and arch your low back. And then keep that position and relax. So I did a full body test with this, he's called the Vancouver Muscle Doctor the other day. And all the brain work, all the breath work, all the weight and muscle work, it was all, you gotta drink more water and you gotta breathe deeper more. You gotta drink more water, you gotta breathe deeper more. And it was like the definitive answer for all of them. So remember that. I have deep breaths quite a bit through the day, but he said more, 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 more. The more you can get quality oxygen controlled into your body while you relax, such a crazy benefit, especially through all this crap. Last couple big breaths. Slowly bring the knees into your chest. And then you can remove your block, or if you had something underneath you, and then roll over to one side. And then you make your way up back into a seated position. Okay, this is an old school vinyasa krama shoulder sequence. It's super mellow, but it's really good for your shoulders, and it's so simple to do. Okay, interlace your fingers, flip the heel of the hands up to the ceiling, take your shoulders up to your ears. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, as you flip your palms, you hug your ribs in. On your exhale, you send your chest muscles forward and you bring your pinky fingers together. Interlace your fingers, flip up, shoulders up. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, flip, hug ribs. Exhale, straight arms forward, chest forward. Interlace your fingers, flip the heel of the hands up. Oh, it's party time now. Exhale, palms down. Inhale, flip palms. Exhale, straight arms forward, chest forward. Okay, take your hands back, turn your fingers back, press your palms into the floor, press your sitting bones down and back, give your heart a lift, and take your chin up. Really stretch your neck, and then move your chin over to your right. Feel that lengthen away from your left collarbone, left shoulder, and then switch sides. This is another really important stretch. Nice, and then take your chin back a little farther, last one. And come back. Hands to your knees, take a nice breath here, inhale. Exhale. Thanks for joining me. Love you. Take care.